Welcome back everyone, my name is Leigh from Leigh's Kitchen. Today, we're making roast pork dinner and I'm going to give you all the tips to make it so much better. So today I'm making a roast pork and I thought I'd bring along and show you how I make it. So with this roast pork, I'm going to be serving some delicious roast potatoes, some roast pumpkin, then I've got some steamed carrot, asparagus and broccolini. And I'm going to show you how I drizzle them up a little bit and also we'll do some gravy with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pork out of the packet the night before and I'm going to put that onto a plate in the bottom of my fridge and not cover it. And what that's going to happen is that's going to let all the liquid and all the moisture come out of that skin. And it's going to help it crackle so much easier. So it's early today and I actually decided to get my veggies ready for tonight just to make it a lot easier for dinner tonight. So I'm going to do some simple steamed veg, and this is the main reason why I'm having roast tonight. And that is I've got some asparagus here that desperately needs to be used up. Same with the broccoli, you can starting to sprout now. That's a fresh one. They've been in the fridge for a little while. They'll be more than fine. And then I've got some carrots here as well. All these I'm just going to steam up and I'm going to show you how to dress them up and make them so much better. And then we're going to do some roasted pumpkin. And then also I've got potatoes here and we'll do some awesome roast potatoes. And then all I'm going to do is just top and tail these. And then I just like to cut one on an angle. And then into our steaming basket. So I like to put the carrots on the bottom because these are going to need the most steam to actually help these cook properly. So with the broccolini, all I'm going to do is just trim off the end where it was previously cut when it was harvested. And for some reason, I can't stand broccoli anymore, but I love broccolini. Then lastly, we've got the asparagus. Now, this is a little bit shriveled up, so I'm just going to use whatever I can. So I'm going to cut it a bit shorter than usual, around about there. The rest of that looks pretty good. And go into the steamer, and then that can go into the stove for later. So now I'm going to prep the butternut pumpkin, and I think some people call it squash. So all we're going to use a spoon to get the seeds out of there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into manageable pieces. So I'm going to cut off the ends, top and tail it, and then I'm going to want the pieces about that big. And then all we have to do now is grab a knife and just take your time, go down the sides of it. I've seen some people use a peeler and I just don't like it. I think it still leaves too much of the skin on, so I just go around here just with a knife. Like so. And then with my pumpkin, I'll also slice it into nice, big, sizable chunks to roast. Then all I'm going to do is just grab a pizza tray. And if you watch my couscous recipe, I'm going to do it the exact same way. I love it with my pumpkin. So I'm just going to spray these with a bit of olive oil. So I have a refillable spray bottle, which works fantastic. No propellants or anything, you don't have to worry about that. And then I've got some ground coriander. Shake some of that on. Now I've got some ground cumin. Then have some ground pepper. And of course some salt. And then I'm just going to go over these spices with the olive oil again, just to make sure they're soaking into the pumpkin. And now I'm going to put this aside for where we're going to bake them. So you can see there's potatoes, they're starting to grow eyes, they're begging to be used. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to peel all these potatoes. So I've just got a pot of water here. That's because we're going to double cook these. So we're actually going to boil these till they're tender, and then we'll fry them off in the oven. So when we're slicing our potatoes, we want to have as much surface area as possible. So when we slice them, we want to slice it so that we have sliced it. It gives you so much surface area. So when it sits on the bottom of the actual pan, it makes it nice and crispy, and you can get probably the best potatoes you've ever had. Once again, I'm just going to put these on the stove, put them aside, ready for when we're ready to cook them. So now it's time to get our pork into the oven. So I've got my oven heating on as high as it goes, so about 250 degrees Celsius. And now we're going to prepare the pork. So as you can see here, I've taken the pork out of the fridge now, and this skin is nice and dry, and you can see all this excess liquid that's down the bottom of the plate there. That's made sure that's all nice and dry, so it's going to prep all so much easier. So now what I'm going to do is I've got some leftover onion in some of the fridge, and you can use like carrots, celery, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these on the bottom here. Now I'm going to stick the pork on top of the onions, and that's just going to help it stay off the bottom of the roasting pan. Now we're going to grab some oil. And I'm just using olive oil here. In a spray bottle, works so good. In one of these, we'll literally apply the oil, and then we're going to smother this in salt. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some water down the bottom here, and that's just going to stop the meat from catching on the bottom of the pan. Now, if you had your crapple surround the whole pork roast, I'll put it into a rack and just keep them that, but because there's only pork underneath, this will be more than fine. So now we're going to put this into a hot oven, and we're going to bake it until this crapple has started to generate, and it'll take about an hour, and then we'll turn it down to about 180 degrees. Now for me, I usually find roast pork takes about 2 hours to do in the oven. So it's about half an hour into the cook now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the gas for my potatoes. I'm going to boil, and boil them. And I usually find that take about an hour in the oven. So I'm going to do that now, so they're ready to go for the last hour. So every now and then, just top up that water under your pork. We don't want to let it catch, or else that's going to burn and we can't make gravy with that. So while we're here, you can also see starting to bubble up a little bit, which is great. So these potatoes are just done. You can just put a knife in it and you have no give or anything like that. So now we're going to strain them and just let them steam over a colander. While the potatoes are steaming, I've got some beef tallow that I've rendered, down previously, and I've just put it into here. You want enough just to cover just the bottom. And I'm just going to get this in the oven and get that nice and hot and ready to go, okay? If you don't have beef tallow, you can also buy duck fat, which I heard goes amazing with it. Or else I've done it with olive oil as well, which turns out fantastic as well. Now the potatoes have cooled completely. Now we're going to start cooking them off in the beef tallow. So at the same time, I'm going to start cooking off our pumpkin now. So I'm going to put that into there as well. Now I'm going to pull out the tray that has our hot oil in it. And I'm just going to put these in one at a time carefully. Hear that sizzle? Let these cook for about 20 minutes to half an hour, and then we'll turn them over. Same goes with the pumpkin as well. Here's our pork, looking pretty good. It's not completely crackled over, but that just takes time. So I think probably about another hour, and then we should be good. So it's been about 20 minutes now. I'm going to turn these veggies over, make sure they're evenly getting cooked. This potato is starting to get a nice glassy texture on them. And when the heat hits up, actually makes it nice and crunchy. Now, if you do find your fork isn't crisping up, and trust me, it happens all the time, it's getting there actually. But sometimes I just like to spray a little bit of extra oil on top of it. I'll actually turn that around. This is a pan force oven, so yeah, it's getting there. And then in about another 20 minutes, I'll turn these again. And at that time, I'll put the veggies on. Turn these again. They're getting some beautiful color on them now. Okay. Put that pumpkin again. Let's also get some color as well. Doesn't matter if it gets a little bit dark, because it actually caramelizes that pumpkin. Actually, makes it really good. At this time as well, it's about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to wipe my veggies, get them boiling, and I'm going to stay in them for about 20 minutes, just until the carrots are nice and tender. Now, with the roast, it hasn't crackled up as much as I want to, and that's very common in gas ovens because it has like a more of a wetter heat compared to an electric oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show what to do so that we can save it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this delicious pork roast, and I'm going to put it into my air fryer. This is a multi-function oven, so therefore there's a bit more room in it. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to put the air fryer. I'm going to heat that up to 200 degrees, and I'm going to let it go for about 10 minutes. Now, if you don't have an air fryer, you can definitely use your grill, put it under grill and just watch it carefully. So now I'm going to make a quick gravy. So I've got the tray that I had the pork in. We're going to light that. And then we're going to bring this to a boil. So now this has come to a boil. Now I'm going to add some white wine. I always keep a bottle of white wine in the back of the fridge for this purpose, even though I don't really drink. At this time, I'm just going to scrape off the bottom of the pan. There isn't much on there because there was already liquid in there, but just to make sure. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of flour. Yes, Gordon Ramsay would probably kill me, but I like my gravy thick. Now I'm just going to stir this through. I'm just going to let that cook out for just a minute, and I'll add our chicken stock. Now it's sizzling now. Now I'm going to add our chicken stock. I'm going to add some pepper. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Keep in mind, I just use chicken stock. So that's done now. So now I'm going to turn off the stove. Now we're going to pass it through a colander or a sieve just to get all those onions out. Already tasted it. It's really good. Now I'm just going to use my spatula to push all that through. Now we've got to serve it in, pour it into a serving jug. So please excuse my serving jug. Yes, it's for the coffee machine, but that's all I've got. All right, we're almost ready to serve. I added some homemade garlic butter to the steamed veg while it was still steaming, and I've just let that all melt down, and it just makes those steamed veggies just so much better. All right, let's see how this pork came out. Look at that. It's like popcorn. It did burn a little bit because it hit the element, which is why I actually took the wire rack out from under it. But it's nice and crispy. Let's serve everything up. All right, dish it all up. So we've got our asparagus and our broccolini, both in that garlic butter. We've got our carrots in the garlic butter, our gravy, homemade. Then we've got our roast pork, these delicious crispy potatoes, and then our delicious pumpkin. Let's serve it all up. So let's firstly slice it into this delicious pork. I also use a serrated knife when I'm cutting pork. Ooh, listen to that. All right, let's dig into this. I'm starving. Let's get into it. Firstly, we've got this crackle here. And for something that wasn't crackle, just putting that in the air fryer or the grill just made such a difference. And if that happens to you, it just shows you can be saved. Now we got our roast potatoes. Look at that. They're probably the best ones I've done in a while. All right, and then we've got this delicious and the pumpkin. That's always my favorite ways to do pumpkin. And then the pork. Pork cooked beautifully, not dry. And considering I had it in the oven for probably 2.5 hours, still beautifully tender. And then lastly, the steamed veggies. Carrots. And the broccolini. It's so good to steamed veggies, like just adding that garlic butter made it just so much better. So I hope this helped you with your Sunday roast and made it a lot better and gave you some ideas as well. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.